Deadlifts. Deadlifts are a great example of a hinge exercise, hinge being one of our major functional foundational exercises. You often see deadlifts done with big heavy weights. So it's a nice big bar, it's a hex bar like I have back there. But what we're looking at today is a variation of a deadlift that can be done with anything you have around, using things that we have available to us at home or very inexpensive equipment. And the first variation I'm going to show you is just using a band. To do this, you're going to take a band, one of the nice long ones, you're going to step on it. You're going to place one end in each hand, taking your feet about hip distance apart. Grab onto that band so you have a little bit of tension just to begin with. Knees are softly bent. I'll show this for both sides. One of the tricks with deadlift is you want to make sure that your back stays engaged and that your back stays nice and flat. So I always, before every deadlift, take my shoulders, roll them up, back, and down. So I know that they're really strong and engaged, hug my core in. Now really and truly, all you're doing here is standing up. So you stand up, drive the hips forward, and then drive those hips straight back, keeping your back in a nice straight line. Coming up, and driving the hips back. Front side. Back is nice and flat. Everything's engaged. You lift up, driving the hips forward, which is the main key here, is those hips driving forward, and then the lower back down. Hips drive back, keeping the back nice and straight. Up, drive it back, core stays engaged, everything stays nice and flat. You do the same thing using small weights, anything that you might have access to. I'm going to demonstrate using fairly light weights, mainly because they're the ones that are right here in front of me. So we're going to start from the side with this one. I'm taking a deadlift from up top. I'm going to have these weights nice and strong, palms facing towards me. Back nice and lifted. I can take those shoulders up, back, down. Hips are going to drive back. I'm only taking the weight to just above my knees, just below my knees rather. And then coming right back up, hips drive forward. Hips drive back, hips drive forward. This can also be done using the weight like a goblet. If you're using it like a goblet, you're going to be able to bring the weight a lot lower, because again, the weight itself is taller. Hips or feet hip distance apart. Driving down, knees softly bent, nice flat spine, grabbing onto that weight, gaze slightly forward, shoulders come up, back, down, so everything is locked in and engaged. We lift up, hips drive forward, drive the hips straight back. Think like you're trying to get your hips to the wall behind you. So as you drive back, you're really sitting back, and then lengthening out. It's a very fundamental exercise, and that weight can get more and more intense. The form gets more important the higher the weight. So I like demonstrating these with something a little smaller, like a band or a lighter weight, to build up that memory, muscle memory, so that we're doing the patterns correctly when we shift to a higher weight.